Today I'm going to show you how to install the Swagman XCS RV approved bike rack. First you want to lay out all of your parts and tools needed for the installation. Let's walk through what you're going to need. First up will be the Swagman XCS RV approved bike rack. It comes with the 3 parts you have here, and we'll walk through what those are, and we'll also show what the other additional parts that you're going to need for the complete installation. The bike rack comes with a bike arm, a bike rack platform, and bike holders which will secure your bikes to the platform. And separately you are going to need a ball mount. The ball mount is what differentiates this bike rack from most other bike racks you see on the market. I also use the anti-rattle hitch lock. This is both the pin that secures the ball mount to the receiver hitch. It also includes the cable which secures your bike to the hitch. Although it's not absolutely required, I do really like to use a hitch tightener. It secures the receiver hitch to the ball mount, locks everything together, and makes it feel like one piece, and absolutely has no wiggle room when everything is secured. You'll also want to add a bike cover. It'll not only protect your bike from the elements, it'll also reduce thieves' ability to see what type of bike you have. The only tool that you're going to need for the installation is an adjustable wrench or a 3/4 inch wrench. You probably won't need a mallet unless you do things in the wrong order, and sometimes the pins get sticky and you need a hammer to get the pins out. I also have a wrench for adjusting the handlebars of my bike, which I'll show you in detail. The first step of the install is to insert the ball mount through the bike rack arm and then insert the ball mount into the receiving hitch. Then secure the ball mount to the receiver hitch using the pin from the anti-rattle hitch lock. Then tighten the bolts using your adjustable wrench or your 3/4 inch wrench. Next up, install the hitch tightener with the threaded portion of the U-bolt facing the ground and the lip making contact with the ball mount. Not only does the hitch tightener keep everything really secure, it also solves another problem with the design of this particular bike rack. Because the bike mount is separate than the rack, it doesn't include a nut or an insert in which to secure the pin for the anti-rattle hitch lock. I've emailed Swagman to see if they manufacture one of these, and unfortunately they don't. So if you've got any workarounds or solutions to that problem, let me know in the comments. Now's the time to add the bike cover. Once you add the platform, you won't be able to get the cover on. What you're looking for is the square hole to insert the cover over the mounting arm, making sure that the exterior and the logo is facing outward. Also find it easy to install the cable for the hitch lock at this step. Once you get the platforms and the bikes on, it's a little bit harder to get to this particular spot. You'll need to run the loop end up through the cover, and that'll go over the bikes and back into the lock. Now install the platform onto the bike rack arm. Then insert the pin which locks the platform onto the arm and tighten the bolts. When tight, remove the locking pin, lower the arm, and reattach the pin in the lower position. Now grab the bike that's going to be riding closest to the RV. You may have to adjust the platforms where the wheels sit depending on the sizes of your bikes. Once you get the first bike into position, you're probably going to notice a problem, which is the handlebars when the bike is upright may be hitting either the rear of your RV, or in our case the rear window of the RV. This would be unacceptable while traveling. While there may be another solution to the problem by getting a longer ball mount, I found something that works for me, which is just to adjust the handlebars of the bike. Once the handlebars are rotated 90 degrees, you'll notice that it no longer hits the rear of the RV, and a side benefit is it also makes the cover easier to install. When the first bike is added to its platform, use a bike holder to secure the bike in its upright position. Then repeat with your second bike. Depending on the size of your bike, the size of your tires, and even the style of your bike, you may have to adjust the platforms to get a good fit. Once the second bike is secured using the bike holder, you're going to run the cable over the frame of both bikes and then push the loop end through the hole in the bike cover. Once you push the loop end through the cover, you may need to adjust the cable to give yourself some more slack. Once you have enough slack, you'll take the washer end of the cable, run it through the loop, and then secure the washer end to the anti-rattle hitch lock. Next up is the last step, which actually is the most challenging, which is install the cover. It'll take some trial and error in moving the cover back and forth to create enough slack so that you can get the zipper over the top. Installing the cover is also easier with two people, and you may need a step stool to get to the zipper at the top. Lastly, bring the buckles from the back to the front and secure each one and tighten them up.